Hello and welcome to another episode of Novice Kibitzing. Today we're looking at GM Georg Meier, is that how you pronounce this? Versus GM Eric Hansen. So GM Georg Meier is the number 5 rated German player currently, and Eric Hansen is the number 2 rated Canadian player. I'm not sure who's stronger. I think Georg Meier may be a little bit stronger. I'm not too sure. At any rate, Eric Hansen is completely winning in this matchup so far, 6-0. Yes, black. I was gonna say white can take here and then just focus on attacking this pawn. Uh, White needs to be a little bit careful of that attack on f2. Okay, so white is up material here, a point worth of material, and he has a better piece in the end game. But let's see if black can hold. Okay, black got his piece back. Okay, not quite. Yeah, black's fighting for the draw here. Okay, now black's king is cut off, and yeah, black can resign. If it weren't for time. Yeah, white's completely winning, but black's ahead on the clock, so black can still try and fight for this. So I imagine we're gonna see. Well, I thought e4 was coming to try and free this bishop up, but maybe not. This pawn is hit. Okay. Oh, I thought the knight would come here, but I guess there's no real reason to have a knight on e5 anyway. Seems like white may want to sink a knight into e5 now that white has played e6. Wow. So black just sacking the exchange there. Not sure what the compensation is. I mean, this pawn looks pretty weak. Um, yeah, attacking the knight anyway could force a trade here. And now it looks as though white is winning here. Really? Yeah, the thing is, black can never take this pawn with his king, but if white gets too far away... What? It should have been g4, right? g4 first? Alright, well... Eric Hansen seems to be a little bit faster here. Think anyone who's played chess for any small amount of time can relate to not being fast enough in bullet. Okay, putting some pressure on this guy here, but not enough apparently. Not sure what this maneuver was for. Oh, maybe to provoke a weakness here. Hmm? Is that a mouse slip? Yeah, I think that was a mouse slip. He played a4 instead of a takes b4. Is this the I wonder if this is a death match? I'm not sure. Okay, white getting his pieces coordinated here on the D file, so expect attempted infiltration here. Okay. Yep, there we go. Now white's going to want to double here, but the thing is, if this rook ever moves, then a rook can... Well, a rook can trade itself off. This was just done in a different way than what I anticipated. But yeah, this king is still cut off, so it's interesting to see how black is going to get this done. Yeah, perhaps he was going to use that bishop as a shield, but no, not quite. Wow. Actually letting black get in here. I'm not sure about... Oh, okay. This is cutting off the squares. Uh-oh. This looks good for black here. Black is up on time, and he's up in material, so we'll see what happens. This pawn is under attack. Okay. Here? Oh. Yeah, I thought pinning the bishop. Ugh. Yep. He's just too fast. No, I don't think this is a death match because there would be some alert here on chess.com. Yeah. Wow. Eric Hansen with some weird opening moves here. Putting a bunch of his pawns on the third row here. This seems resignable for white here. So basically, white is just playing for tricks here. And resignation, yeah. Makes sense. White was lost ever since he dropped the piece, but I guess he was trying to play for some type of quick mate here. This is interesting. White opting to keep the position closed with d5. I wonder what the implications of that are with his bishop. Of course, it's too early in the game to say, but just usually it tends to be the bishop whose pawns are all on the same colored squares, for example, is the worst bishop. Whoops, not that one. But we still have a ways to go before any of that's decided. What does this do? Oh, I thought rook takes was just probably winning, followed by knight g5. So white just really trying to open this position here. Oh, that's a resignable blunder there. Don't want to drop the queen. Okay, so white's gonna look to put pressure on this this b pawn here. But this bishop is holding things together. White deciding to gain some space here. And where does this bishop go? Okay, he has to take the knight now. And how does either side make progress here? Taking? Is this? No, can't take. I guess you have to do this. Wow. This is scary for white here. Very scary. Two queens on the board. Yeah, this has to be lost for white quite clearly. It's not even like close. Very nice win. Oh man, looks like Eric Hansen is he's slipping a little bit. Here we see this similar idea, putting these pawns on the third rank here. So black's rooks are better coordinated. Um, the bishops kind of cancel each other out here, and black has a good space advantage. Um, yeah, I think black is probably a little better here. Um, is taking a problem or? So I mean, this is obviously threatened right now. So taking. No, not quite. It looks like white is just trying to Houdini himself out of this pressure here. But yeah, it's not looking so well. Yeah, that's mate there. Very nice continual pressure by. I don't know if it's George or if I'm pronouncing that wrong. I'm sure I'm pronouncing it wrong. But very nice pressure. So black has won some material here. But I mean, I'm not sure white has any compensation here. If I give up material, I want clear compensation. That's uh that's my philosophy on that stuff. So, okay. We have a pin here. Just adding more pressure onto it. Oh wow. Here's the compensation coming to fruition here. But still, there's a pin here. What does black do about this? Nothing. Okay. Is this not something? That's uh black has this check. Oh no, he doesn't have the check actually. Very nice. Very nice tactic there. Both even on the clock. Ooh, very stressful. Very stressful. Yeah, it's rough. Those time scrambles are rough. Said his mouse doesn't work. Eric Hansen is confirming that he's moving slower than what I guess he usually uh, the rate at which he usually plays. So all right, looks like they're gonna take a quick break, or oh, I guess this is a good time to see what their actual ratings are. So let's go ahead and check that out. Okay. Um, 2645, and actually I have Eric Hansen's Wikipedia. So 2596. Okay. So it looks like whoops. It looks like George is the more powerful player here, so it's just Eric Hansen is faster. He's better at bullet. Okay, we've got a crazy A pawn here. An A6. Okay, we've got a lot of pressure here, so black taking advantage of this this probably overextended pawn. I mean, really all you have to do is okay, something more tactically advanced than what I had anticipated. So, I'm confused. I'm not sure why black didn't play rook c8 initially to just put pressure on not only the knight but to threaten this and just win the pawn. So black is just up a pawn, but hmm. What? He could resign. Black can resign. Yeah. That was uh that was a tough one to watch. I mean, it looks like white's trying to play for e5 eventually, but doesn't seem well timed at the moment. Okay, now not e5 for sure. If e5, then d5. Okay, d5 anyway. That was a cool tactic. And does this... No, not quite. This rook needs to watch where it goes, because if it goes off of this b file here, black will be in trouble. Oh, that's clever. That's a clever move. Very nice. But is it enough to win? This pawn is potentially fast. Playing some time scrambles here. Whew. Time swindle with 0.2 seconds left. That's pretty crazy. So 12.5 to 5.5. That's pretty good. Okay, looks like they're ready to play some more here. White going with the double fianchetto and setting his pawns up on the third rank here. Not sure what this is called, but as far as generally speaking, when you see double fianchettos, that's considered a hyper-modern opening, which basically means you're allowing your opponent to get the center during the opening, but you want to attack it immediately afterwards. Okay, white now has an isolated pawn, and usually in these types of situations, black, or the side with the isolated pawn, is trying to prove that it is a good piece, or a good pawn, while black is trying to prove that it's a weakness. So look for some type of blockade here, and then after the pawn is blockaded, black will want to basically... Okay, there's the blockade. So the pawn can't move, and now black will try to put pressure on the pawn here. Meanwhile, white is saying, okay, this is a great outpost for my rook, and if you take it, I can repair my pawn structure. Now there's an awkward pin here. Oof. Oh, very clever. Very clever. So it looks as though So black was winning positionally there, but white is just too fast with 7 seconds still left. Okay, so looks like there's going to be a bathroom break, and I think that's an appropriate time to call this the end of a session. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Novice Kibitzing, and I will catch you guys next time. Look out for part 2 soon. Thanks. Bye bye.